And our final trivia clue, well, he played with Don Jonas, John Hufnagel, Dieter Brock, and Tom Clements. He was a member of Winnipeg's 1984 Grey Cup team. The answer? Center John Bonk.
Well, John Bonk is a good example of a guy who showed the element of patience. Brad Park played a long time in the NHL without winning a championship, and for a while it looked like John Bonk would be in the same boat. But he stuck around and proved that sometimes nice guys do finish first. He accepted the Grey Cup in 1984 in Edmonton, and this week on the Flashback, John Bonk, a nice guy who finished first.
John Bonk was signed as a free agent by his hometown Hamilton Tiger Cats in 1972. 2 years later, a trade would bring him to Winnipeg. Not only would Bonk be changing cities, he would also be changing positions. The Bombers moved him from defense to offense.
Once you start playing on the offensive line, I mean, you take on the personality because of the nature of the job. You know, I came into this league as a linebacker, and I've always said that I'm not a center. I'm a linebacker in a center's body because, I mean, to me, give me defense any day. You know, I'd rather give than receive.
Bonk was a CFL All-Star 4 times during his 15-year career. In 1984, the Bombers center won the league's top honor for an offensive lineman, the Shenley. That same year, his team made it to the Grey Cup. Hamilton was the opposition, and led by Dieter Brock, the Ticats jumped out to an early 2-touchdown lead.
Our offensive line and receivers and quarterbacks and all got together in a little huddle and said, guys, hey, look at the score. It's 17-0. Maybe we should start playing now. Is it okay now? Can we get going with this thing? And it was like everybody just said, okay, you know, time to go.
And go they did. Winnipeg rallied to defeat the Tiger Cats 47-17, with strong performances by Willard Reeves, Sean Kehoe, and Joe Poplawski. It was Bonk's first Grey Cup championship, and at the time he thought the first of many, but he soon realized that it would be his last.
In 1985, I suffered a neck injury with about 6 games left in the season. I was carried off the field in an ambulance. There was nothing seriously wrong. I mean, not serious enough to keep me out the rest of the year. There was some nerve damage to the spine, the upper spine, which affected my arm. But with 2 weeks rest, I was able to come back and finish the season. That off-season, the doctors that were involved with the club at the time and the neurosurgeon and the coaching staff and management got together and decided that it was to my best interest not to play in the 1986 season. They didn't tell me until I got to training camp that year, unfortunately, and I spent the whole off-season working out very, very hard to play another year, but that's the way that came about. I really didn't want to give it up. In sport, you have a difficult time when you make a transition when you're not really ready for it. And I wasn't. It was an abrupt end. Yeah, it's a 64-pager. 64. It's, no, I think what they're going to suggest an 80-pound Jensen cover for it.
With his football career over, Bonk spent the first few years of retirement delving in business ventures and covering his ex-team on radio. But last fall, Bonk decided to move back east and begin a new career.
I tried everything, quite honestly, to stay in Winnipeg. And it was a friend of mine, George Grigaitis, that owns LGM Graphics, that came to me and said, listen, we were thinking about opening up a position for the national accounts manager in Toronto with our printing company. Would you be interested in going? Well, I've been involved in sort of the imprint business for so many years that I thought it would be an opportunity to look at it. I met with him, and he made me an offer I couldn't understand, and so here I am.
The new career challenge is exciting, but the thrill of the game is still in John Bonk's blood.
The things that you learn in football, the dedication and the preparedness and all that carries on into whatever you're doing. But I still miss it because, let's face it, football is a game. You know, it doesn't change the economy of the world, it doesn't cure any diseases, but boy, it's fun to play.